Right.
Then he gets connected to this Pepe the Frog thing, right? Because he thinks it's kind of hilarious that the internet has taken on Pepe the Frog as like this meme, the feels good man frog.
I don't know that.
You didn't know the whole thing?
No.
The Pepe the Frog? Wow. Where have you been living, man? You stop meditating and read the fucking newspaper. You don't
No,
know
but I
that
listen
Pepe
to
the
him
Frog
all the
is
time.
racist?
I didn't know any of this. I didn't know
You didn't
the
know
frog.
if Pepe the Frog is racist?
No.
Okay, this is serious.
Okay.
You have to know this because if somebody wants you to take a picture with this fucking Pepe the Frog thing, there are a certain group of people out there who will decide Tom Papa is some sort of alt-white, white nationalist, white supremacist, Nazi person.
What?
No bullshit. A fucking frog.
A frog?
Yeah. You know why?
Why?
Because some people have used that frog in a negative way. Most people use that frog as a joke. Like, feels bad, man. And the frog is like, And then...
It's an animated thing?
It's just a frog. Just a cartoon of a frog.
Okay.
But the alt-right, or I shouldn't even say the alt-right, people on internet forums would constantly and consistently use that frog as a joke about everything. Like they had Donald Trump's hair on that frog.
Right.
But it's more humor and mocking and making fun of things, and as the British would say, taking the piss. So he's taking the piss with the frog. But there were a few that would have the frog with like a swastika armband and a fucking Nazi hat on.
Sure.
Why? Because they're internet people.
Right.
Like, if you leave something on the internet
eventually
up there long enough, someone's going to put a Nazi flag on it.
Yeah.
Right? It doesn't mean that it's a symbol of Nazis or that it's a symbol of white supremacy, because that's not what it was.
Right.
And so he dared logically argue this. And people were very, very upset.
They thought he was defending...
Yes. He's defending white nationalists.
Oh,
like, he's saying, no, it's a fucking cartoon frog, guys. And it's not only that, it's a cartoon frog written by a guy who specifically sued people to get them to stop using the cartoon flag. I think even Alex Jones had to pay out a lawsuit because InfoWars used an image of that cartoon flag. Can you see if that's true?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's true. But it was a nominal amount. It was only, like, he lost it in court, but it was like a very small $15,000 he had to pay. For Alex, that's not a lot of money.
Settlement.
It's a settlement.
Right.
So I'm sure he paid way more in legal fees to deal with something like that. I'm sure. If they had to put together some sort of a defense for $15,000, I'm sure that probably cost a shitload of money. But the point is that this frog has like all these different meanings. So as soon as it gets connected, though, to an awful thing, then immediately, like, you got to go, oh, okay, well, you can never use that frog again. Right. Now the frog's corrupted. Now, given what we know, and here's where it gets really weird, given what we know about the internet and specifically foreign influence on memes, like Russia, there was factories that were making funny memes about Hillary Clinton, funny memes about all kinds of things. And doing so in order to get people upset or to laugh or to mock certain ideas and push the narrative one way or another through humor. And they made some really funny ones. There was a woman named Renee DeResta. She came on the podcast, was explaining shit. For a project, she had to go through hundreds of thousands of these things.
Oh, wow.
She's like, some of them were really funny.
Right.
And these were ones that they know were made by Russians. Right. They were made to try to get people upset about certain things.
Jeez.
How many of those Pepe the Frog things came from that?
Right.
How many?
Right.
Because if you had a frog that was mocking everybody, and the frog like was a really good symbol to make someone think that you're a fool. So like you say something ridiculous and you're trying to push for something, and then that frog is in a meme with you, what you're saying, but he looks like an idiot.
Right.
All of a sudden you look like an idiot.
Right.
And the frog's mocking you. Like, you can't beat the frog.
Right.
But you can turn the frog into a Nazi.
Right.
So then when you turn the frog into a Nazi, anybody who uses the frog is now a Nazi.
So he got caught up in this?
Yeah, he took a photo with these guys, and he's talked about Pepe the Frog on my podcast. Talked about it, explained the whole thing to me in depth. And yet I've seen articles connecting him to white nationalists because there's a photo of him with the frog.
Jeez Louise.
Pull up photo of Jordan Peterson with Pepe the Frog, because he took a photo with these guys where they had like a frog flag, and he thought it as what we were just saying, that there's these guys that are taking the piss.
It's like a Flat Stanley or something.
Exactly.
Right?
It's
he
like
thought it's like an innocent...
A man's internet version of Flat Stanley. And it's, I think, primarily a 4chan thing. Right?
Really?
Jamie knows this shit more than I do, honestly. There he is. So see, He's standing there with these guys while these two
God.
fellas are holding up this Pepe the Frog flag,
Right.
and Jordan's laughing and smiling with them, and one of them has I think it's a Make America Great Again hat on. Look, these kids are human trolls. They're alive.
Wow.
Think of a troll on the internet,
Yeah.
and then think of one that thinks it's hilarious to be out there in public trolling with Pepe the Frog flag and a Make America Great Again hat.
Oh my
Listen,
God.
he's fucking with people.
Right.
This is what this is.
Yeah,
This is what,
obviously.
it's a lot of what internet culture
You're
is.
trapped. Yeah.
So Jordan understands this and talks about it and discusses it in length, and he makes it make sense.
Right.
So that's one other reason why people are upset at him.
Yeah.
And it's just very easy to label people in certain ways today. It's very easy to label someone as a misogynist.